This is Kelly Hammond. Tonight we'll be discussing about how to find your passion and living it. So as you have questions, please ask them. I'll start at 7 o'clock, a little bit after 7 o'clock. Sorry about that, my program paused. And again, this is Kelly Hammond. Glad to see you. And whoever you are that's viewing, welcome. Please put where you're coming from so that I know where you are. So I'm in Reno, Nevada, and please tell me who you are down below. And as I continue to talk, if you have any questions, please tell me, because I'd gladly answer them. Again, I'll give you a few minutes to get on, and then we're going to start about finding your passion and living it. Hi, Edna. Glad to see you there. Glad you could come and visit me tonight. As you have any questions, Edna, please ask them. Edna's from Reno. Jerry, hey Jerry, how are you doing? Jerry is from Idaho, I believe. Is that correct, Jerry? He's my brother-in-law, one of my brother-in-laws. Great family, the Hammonds. And so again, as you come in to view, please tell us where you're from. Oh, Sparks. Thank you, Edna. You're from Sparks. And please, as you come in, invite other people. You're more than welcome. Again, the topic I'm discussing is finding your joy or your passion and living it. The reason why I chose this topic in particular, hello Alicia, glad you could come. Jeannie, glad you came too. Welcome, welcome. Dwayne, welcome. Melanie, glad to see you there too. Again, please put down where you're coming from, because I think everybody would be interested. I know Edna, you're Sparks. Alicia, I believe you're in Alberta. Claresholm, is that right? Jeannie, you're in Medina, I believe. And Dwayne, you're in Kenmore, New York, correct? Again, put down, hey Melanie, glad you could come also. So again, tonight we're going to be talking about finding your passion and living it. And thank you so much for the likes and the hearts tonight. So the reason why I chose this topic tonight is that I've been working with some younger people. And hi, Melanie. We've been working with some younger people recently, and we had a nice lunch with them, and we were asking them what they wanted to do when they get older and what was their passion. And it was really interesting to me to find out that they're still in the process of doing that. And I thought to myself, aren't we all in that process? Hi, Crystal. Glad you could come on tonight. Aren't we all in the process of trying to find our passion and living it? And no matter how old you are or how young you are, life changes all the time, which is great. Life changes, it's exciting, and because it does change, our priorities change, and sometimes with our priorities changing, we sometimes lose the luster for life and our passions. We forget what our passion is, or life changes that our passions change also. I was watching a program by Google Education a number of years ago. Oh, Dwayne, you're from Tonawanda. I'm sorry about that. I get confused between Kenmore and Tonawanda, New York. I always have. So I was watching Google Education. I was invited to a marketing program. And one of their top executive marketers, who was a woman, she's in her 50s, I believe, she said, every single day you can change yourself. Create a new person. And I love that concept. C.S. Lewis said, you're never too old to make new goals and to dream. And I think that's really important for all of us. Every single day we can make a new day as well as find our passion. So the question is, how do you find your passion? Have any of you looked for your passion before, and have you found it? I'll wait for a few minutes for any of you to make a comment about that. If you found your passion or if you're still looking for it. Again, have any of you found your passion? Are you still looking for it? So there's some things that you can think about. And I've got some notes right here that I'm going to cheat on because I wanted to be prepared for tonight. Wanted to tell you too a little bit about my background so that you'd understand also. So I have an associate's degree in math, science, and liberal arts, a bachelor's in communication, as well as Somebody's still looking for it. Totally understand, guys. And I have a master's in education. I've been a career center director, so I've helped people find jobs as well as find their passion in their job. And right now, I'm currently a trainer at the #2 casino in North America. #2, and as in holdings in North America. And so I get to meet with a lot of people, including team members as well as management. We've got a little over 4,000 team members and managements there, and I've been able to counsel with some of them to get some ideas and where they might need to change areas where they want to work and different things. So I've helped them about those things too. So some of the things you can ask yourself and think about, and these are from my notes that I took. So one, I wanted to share with you a scene from Runaway Bride. Do you remember Runaway Bride with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere? There's a scene that Richard Gere and Julia Roberts are outside her engagement party. She's gotten engaged and gone to the altar about 3-4 times at this point in the movie. And he brings her out and confronts her. And he says to her, and I think it's an important thing to remember here too with ourselves, he says, you were so lost you don't even know what kind of eggs you like. Yes, that's right. With the priest you wanted scrambled. With the deadhead it was fried. But the other guys, the bug guy, was poached. Now it's like, oh, egg whites, only thank you very much. Julia Roberts says, that is called changing your mind. And Richard Gere says, no, that's called not having a mind yourself, Maggie. What are you doing? And I think that that's an important thing. The process which she goes through is that she actually tries different eggs in trying to figure out who she actually is and what she actually loves. And that's an important thing too, that we try things, that we're not afraid to go out of our comfort zones and try new things, such as painting or finger painting. That's kind of fun. Swimming or climbing a mountain. Anything that you'd be interested in, don't be afraid. Don't limit yourself, and don't let other people limit yourself either. So later on in the movie, she actually figures out who she is and what she wants, which is good. So here's some questions for yourself to be able to think of what your passion is. What are your hobbies? Think to yourself, what are my hobbies? Do you have hobbies? If you don't, you might want to consider looking for different hobbies, trying them. It doesn't mean that you have to be an ace at them. You don't have to be a pro at them. You don't even have to be trying to make money from them. But if you do want to, that's okay too. So try different things out. What brings you joy? Slow down is another thing too. Slow down, meditate, pray. I do a lot of praying to figure things out, and I've found a lot of answers through prayer. So slow down, take deep breaths, and contemplate. Often our lives are rush, and we don't have time to think. And it's time for you to slow down and think about what really brings you joy. Another one is, as a child, what would you do for hours? What was it that you did? Did you draw in the sand? Did you play Legos? Did you play being a teacher? Did you bandage the dog? What did you actually do, and what did you find joy in as a child? Go back to that. Inventory your talents. Now this one may take a little bit, because if you don't know all your talents, you might want to consider talking to a friend or a family member and asking them, what is it that you think that I have a talent for? What do you think I do best with? And sometimes we don't remember or don't even understand yet. And so talents. Another one is, think of what you loved as a child and try those things again. So Legos, no, you may not be able to earn a living with Legos. However, I do know somebody that's trading Legos and earning money with it, by the way. However, you might want to play Legos again. And it's okay to do that. It doesn't matter how old you are again. Do it. Often we think of other people's perspectives, and we're bothered that somebody might not think that we're smart or that we're foolish or something like that. I loved the book called The Four Agreements. And one of those things, and by the way, that was my friend Christy who gave it to me at a time I needed it. In the Four Agreements, it said, it doesn't matter what reality other people have, meaning their reality is theirs and yours is yours. And you can choose to eat the poisoned apple they give you, or you can choose to throw it away, which means that their opinions don't matter. And you can choose to let them matter, or you can choose them not to matter. So you can make that choice. Here's another one too. Notice when you lose track of time and what you hate to stop doing. So is there something that you really like doing and you lose track of time? That's probably a passion of yours. And I don't mean Netflix, but other things. Listen to what you do. Now, this is a time not to be judgmental for yourself or of others. Just start thinking about things you love to do. One of the advice that I give people is that you start to write down on a piece of paper. So you take a big piece of paper and a pen, and you just start writing and writing and writing and writing. It's called just a brain blast on that piece of paper. Just keep on writing and writing and writing. And again, don't be judgmental. Just keep on writing the things that you love. Then let's see the other list. I've got other things on my list here. Identify what you do with ease. That's easy to you. So for some people, teaching, like myself, I teach and train. It's really easy for me. But for others, it's not so easy. And often people don't want to talk in public. I love it. I want to, one day, this is part of my dreams, I want to actually be a TEDx talker, as well as I want to talk at Time Out for Women. So that's a dream of mine, and it's a passion of mine, and so I'm going for it. So again, don't judge yourself for what you want. And yes, it'll take me a while to be able to get to where I want to go, but it's worth it. And if you need help in finding resources to get there, there's YouTube, there's courses, there's a program called Coursera, and Coursera has inexpensive college courses from Cornell University, from Oxford University, from all RIT, all kinds of courses, as well as on LinkedIn there's courses, and Lynda, it's called Lynda, and they have free courses through public library. And so take courses of things that you're interested in, that you want to learn about. Again, you're never too old to learn. Look at your past again. Look at things that you've enjoyed doing and try them again. If you like traveling to Europe, do it again. Be creative and dreamy. Often as adults we think, oh, they're dreamers. We have to be dreamers. Entrepreneurs are dreamers. Without jobs, as well as Bill Gates, all the great entrepreneurs and inventors had to be dreamy. Some of the best authors, Stephen King and others, Jack Canfield, I'm going to talk about him in a little bit, the co-author of Chicken Soup for the Souls. They had to be dreamers. They had to be creative. And because they were creative and they were passionate, they made their life succeed. And so can you. Another thing is do what makes you happy. Again, don't be judgmental. And here's another question. When were you the happiest in your life? What were you doing? Were you spending time with your family? Were you on a beach? Were you... Sorry, guys. That just put me on pause for a minute. And then ask others to help. Friends, family members, life coaches, mentors. You'd be amazed at the amount of people who are willing to help you find things out. Librarians, college professors, and they'll even do it free of charge often. And then look at your talents again. Jack Canfield, again, the co-author of Chicken Soup, said he calls it the joy review. He says, take about 30 minutes to list everything that brings you joy. Look for patterns in these. Were you traveling? Were you with a lot of people? Were you teaching? Were you writing? Were you working on the computer? Were you counseling someone? And that's that. So thank you so much for spending part of your evening with me. Do any of you have any questions for me? Oh, thank you, Lisa. She made the comment that she loves my white teeth. Thank you. Sometimes also you find your passion by accident. It's interesting because in 2010, my puppy took me flying off the porch in Raymond, Alberta, where we lived, and it was my big black lab. Some of you know who my big black lab was, and he took me flying off the porch, and I landed on my face. I broke my nose, and my teeth were bloody, and my everything was bloody. I didn't think anything of my teeth, though, at the point. And in 2016, one of my, I went to a dentist. He said, "Oh, by the way, your tooth is dead." But he didn't say anything else other than trying to upsell me on braces. And at this point, I'm all right with my crooked teeth. I'm at that point that I'm not judgmental on that. However, the next year, about 6 months later, because that's when you're supposed to do your teeth again, I went to see a different dentist, and he told me what I had to do. And so part of what I found in passion is getting my teeth white, because I needed to get crown and veneers. So Lisa, thank you so much for noticing my white teeth. And it's part of my passion is helping other people find their smiles again. In the past, I hadn't smiled for a very long time, showing my teeth on camera. Because of my yucky teeth. So now I'm showing my teeth when I'm smiling, so thank you again for noticing that. But again, finding your passion will take some time, and sometimes it's by accident, sometimes it's by asking those questions that I said to ask yourself, such as what did you enjoy as a child? Try it again. Don't be judgmental of yourself or anybody else. So again, thank you so much for spending part of your evening with me tonight. And next week, we'll be discussing another topic. I would love to hear from you to find out what topic I should discuss next year. Or not next year, sorry, next week, Friday at 7 o'clock. Again, same time, same place, same station. I'll tell you my background again so that you understand my background. I have an associate's as well as bachelor's in communication, master's in education, and I've done career counseling with people. That was one of my jobs, was a career counselor. And I also am a trainer for the #2 casino in North America. I've done a lot of training as well as counseling with some of the team members and leaders there about their passions and how to find them. And as well as I have a certification in life coach and happiness coach. So please tell me what topic you'd like to hear me discuss next week, Friday. This week we were talking about finding your joy, your passion, and living it. And I challenge you all to go out there and ask some questions for yourself. Some of them are going to be pretty deep questions that you're going to have to really dig deep to find out what you're looking for and what you find happiness in. And so that's my challenge for tonight, to go out there and dig deep and find that passion and try something new. If you've wanted to always learn how to, draw, find out how to draw. Find a friend that'll help you learn. There's a lot of courses out there in drawing and painting nowadays, which is great, as well as crocheting and anything you'd imagine. There's courses out there. So find your passion and try it. And if you suck at it, it's okay. Nothing lost. And there's only gain here in trying different things. So I hope you have a great night. Goodbye from Rito, and have a wonderful week. And see you next week, Friday. And again, drop a line to me to tell me what you'd be interested in hearing about next week, Friday at 7 p.m. Good night.